hello guys. Welcome to the stream. Um, so today we are going to be live reacting to the um Indie World Showcase of September. I mean not September. December. Correct. That's it. So, welcome to the screen, guys. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. I know that I am. I have live chat up on another browser, muted, so I can get the best experience possible for today's stream. But yeah, today we are reacting to the what probably will be the final indie world of the year. We're gonna be hearing about 20 minutes of information according to this live stream. I was going to have guests on. I was thinking about joining one of their VCs, but I'm just thinking about right now, just thinking what are we going to talk about. So, predictions. So the games we're all hoping that will eventually be shown are Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and Sports Story was the name of the game. Because I don't remember the last time they showed it at a Nintendo Direct or an Indie World for that matter. I'm expecting to see something from those two games. Anything else is pretty much thrown up in the air. The good thing about these Indie World showcases is that they are only Indie World are lucky dislikes are turned off now, because back then there was always the dislike guys who were always just like, come on, this isn't a real Nintendo Direct. And I'm just like, chill out. It's not a real Nintendo Direct because it's about indies. So you got 10 minutes till the show starts and everything. So, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing fine. We're waiting for Christmas to show up. Everyone's favorite time of the year. The holiday season's always got joy. Of course, the other day, just the last Armchair Reacts, we did the Game Awards. Sadly, nothing from Nintendo because we couldn't. Because probably Nintendo is saving all their big news for like something like a February Nintendo Direct. I'm going to guess that. And this is, of course, the second Armchair Reacts in the post-Smash Ultimate era. Game Awards being the first. Sorry, I'm just looking at my cat who's just curled up like all cute. It's gonna be interesting because we don't really know much that it's going to be in the early window of 2022 for indie titles. They probably will give us some games that will. A lot of games that are pretty good looking and give us a lot of new titles we're waiting to hear news from. That's like pretty much a guarantee from all these indie world showcases. Um, so obviously, over the next month, I plan on doing more gameplay live streams. Animal Crossing, a collab here or there, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I'm just making sure that I can I'm just going to type out a pin message real quick. There we go. I got a pin message up. There. So we're all good in terms of that. So alright, let's wait for this to start. So 5 minutes until the show starts, if I remember correctly. I love how I just pinned my own message. I mean, some streamers like do that. So we got 5 minutes to go. And we're just chilling. We're just diving here, waiting for the show to start. And yeah. Just my cat is just he's always just sleeping. Like I think it's cute. Reminds me of well actually my other cat reminds me more of I'd say the Yellow Kazoo's cat, Cappy. She is one of my friends and she's also a content creator. So if you want to, go check her out. I'm not asking you to go. Actually, we might raid Yellow Kazoo at the end of the stream here because unless she ends before we are able to end, I think we can go raid the Yellow Kazoo. Because she is one of my, like, in terms of content creators, she's one of the ones I'm most close to. So, yeah, let's do this. 3 minutes to go till showtime. This is going to be quite an interesting showcase. I'm curious to see what Nintendo has to show in terms of indie titles. $11.57. You can literally see anything. And this is the fun part about Indie World Showcases. Indie titles are so interesting, you never know what is going to be shown. And that's the interesting thing about it, in my opinion. Come on. I do hope we get some Silk Song in them.
Why can't you use your own computer?
And yeah, other than that, we got 2 minutes till the show starts. You obviously are gonna get some awesome information. I know I'm repeating myself, but there isn't really much to say about an Indie World Direct. I'll be honest. I'm going to turn down the volume so it isn't too loud when the show does start. Ooh, here we go. Mm. So it's new. There we go. It's starting. Yeah, we know. Don't mean to remind us again. Hopefully it doesn't sound, it isn't too loud for you guys.
And welcome to Indie World.
Yep.
I'm Amber.
And I'm
Hi,
Paul.
Amber.
We're back to show you some indie games coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Yep.
Let's dive right in.
All right. Okay, what is this? Whoa. Interesting looking. Say the least. Sea of Stars.
Fans of classic RPG RPGs with modernized elements will want to check out Sea of Stars.
Ooh.
It tells the story of two children of the solstice, a lunar monk and a solar blade dancer.
This actually looks
They must
pretty
combine
good.
the powers of the sun and the moon to perform eclipse magic, the only thing that can fend off monsters created by an evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer.
Fluid and engaging turn-based combat. Stunning dynamic lighting. A world where you can traverse freely and explore every nook and cranny. And that's just scratching the surface. Not to mention the incredibly moving story with plenty of twists and turns. It's also set in the same universe as The Messenger and serves as a prequel. But don't worry, you don't need to have played The Messenger to fully enjoy this gorgeous game.
And get this, some of the music was composed by none other than the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, who composed music for Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Ooh, yes!
Sea of Stars
That
launches on
it
Nintendo
sounds
Switch
really
holiday
good.
2022.
So, 2022. Holiday. I mean, its game looks inspired by Breath of the Wild too. Not exactly, Aliso?
嗨，我是
Or
世璇。
Aliso?
嗨，我是 Nate，我们是 Underscore Team，很高兴有机会带来这款游戏。阿丽莎，
希望借由 Asia 与绿夏的冒险旅程，可以让我们重新体验到人生当中会面临到许多痛苦的选择。这也是我们创作阿丽莎的初衷。
希望你可以开始寻找你的伙伴，因为阿丽莎接下来会在 Switch 上与大家见面。利用独特的操作玩法，我们预期可以为你与伙伴体验非常不一样的体验。我们 Switch 上见吧，
拜。
There's plenty to admire in this puzzle adventure game. For twin sisters Aisha and Lisha, cooperation is key in safely navigating this deserted temple. The game makes creative use of the various input options available on Nintendo Switch. Each sister is controlled differently, and you can control both via solo or local co-op play. With Aisha, you'll use motion controls with Joy-Con controllers in TV mode. And with Lisha, you'll use touch controls to guide the helper robot Ambu in handheld mode.
However you choose to play, you'll need the sisters to work together by exchanging clues and operating devices that can help you go deeper inside the temple. But be careful, it's filled with all sorts of menacing monsters and treacherous traps, some of which can trigger different endings. The heartfelt, overlapping music when playing with a friend, coupled with the emotional story, will complement your journey to uncover the secrets residing within.
Yep.
Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses, launches as a console exclusive on Nintendo Switch, spring 2022.
Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Joe. We're two brothers who started our own indie studio in order to make a classic point-and-click adventure game. Today, we're excited to announce our debut title, Locomotive.
Set aboard a 1930s express train, you find yourself caught in the middle of a deadly mystery, full of twists, turns, and larger-than-life characters. Solve satisfying puzzles and clear your name once and for all.
We both grew up playing point-and-click adventure games, and it's been a long-term ambition for us to put our own spin on it.
We can't wait for you to play Locomotive when it comes to the Nintendo Switch system.
All right.
Welcome aboard the Royce Express, where my guests indulge in luxury travel, fine dining, and murder. Well then, who's at hand to catch my killer? There's my trusty lawyer, a would-be detective, and Her Majesty's Secret Service. There's just one problem. They're the suspects. With puzzles to solve, palms to grease, and clues to uncover.
Interesting.
They better prove their innocence fast, or it's the end of the line in an adventure that's not just nuts. It's Locomotive!
Ooh, I do love me a good murder mystery.
Then you'll love Locomotive, a single-player point-and-click comedy adventure. Climb aboard the Royce Express and investigate the suspicious death of Lady Unterwald.
You'll play as a straight-laced lawyer, an amateur detective, and an undercover agent at different points in the story. Along the way, you'll meet a fully voiced cast of quirky characters and solve head-scratching puzzles to prove your innocence. Figure out who'd done it and what locomotive inspired them to murder in the first place. Locomotive steamrolls onto Nintendo Switch summer 2022.
Oh, wait, is that the same company that made Among Us?
Wake up.
I think it was.
It's almost 1 p.m., you sleepyhead. Your friends are waiting for you. Come on.
Interesting. So it's basically like.
But you need to live
like,
your life.
I can't really describe what this game looks like. After Love EP.
On behalf of the Pixelnesia team from Indonesia, I'm proud to announce our upcoming game, After Love EP. After Love EP is a modern-day story of music, loss, acceptance, loving others, as well as yourself. While the game is heavily inspired by the aesthetic and storytelling format of the Japanese manga, the game itself is set in Jakarta. We want players to experience this vibrant place we call home, which is also considered as the melting pot of the multicultural people of Indonesia. We cannot wait to let you experience our unique narrative adventure and explore our interpretation of Jakarta.
From the creative director of What Comes After and Coffee Talk comes a stirring narrative about love, loss, and lyricism. Set in Jakarta, Indonesia, After Love EP focuses on young musician Rama, who struggles to compose music after his girlfriend Cinta passes away. By communicating with Cinta's voice inside his head, Rama will learn how to cope with grief, forge new relationships, and even potentially
So basically this
love.
is like a rhythm game.
A mixtape of visual novel,
/
rhythm
digital
game,
novel
and narrative
game.
adventure. After Love EP challenges you to complete an EP of music to fulfill a promise made to Cinta. There are multiple endings based on the choices you make, as well as an original soundtrack from Indonesian band Alfalfa, and striking art direction from Soyatu.
Start anew in After Love
Summer
EP,
2022.
launching on Nintendo
Alright.
Switch, summer 2022.
Right? What's next? This looks like Terraria. But no, it's not. What is it? Dungeon Munchies.
I'm hungry. I've got the munchies. Dungeon munchies, that is.
Then this 2D side-scrolling action platformer should definitely satisfy your craving. You are dead. Well, you were dead, and now you've been revived in a mysterious underground facility.
Interesting
But forget
concept.
hanging around here. You've got to get out.
With the help of the undead necro chef Simmer, you'll hunt down monsters, then cook and eat them. There are around 100 dishes that provide various abilities. One dish, for example, might give you the power to serve up new combos.
So you are what you eat.
Literally, this game is a great place to get locally sourced and farm-fresh monsters. So mix and match to get the right meal for your playstyle. And let's not forget the eclectic cast of characters, hilarious side-splitting story, and charming 2D pixel art. Better bring a voracious appetite when Dungeon Munchies devours its way onto the Nintendo Switch system later today.
Hi, Mia. Jeg hedder Niels. Jeg er spilinstruktør og lyddesigner hos Bedtime Games. Jeg har lavet spilmusik i over 10 år.
Been making game music for 10 years.
Vores kommende spil, Figment 2, er fyldt med masser af musical boss fights og andre lydlæggerier. For at få de mest punchy lyde, har jeg udviklet træsvær og smadret på havegriller og kaffekander. Musikken i Figment indordner sig efter dig. Vi har brugt rigtig meget energi på at få lyd, musik og gameplay til at spille sammen. Og vi glæder os rigtig meget til at vise jer spillet. I'm coming back to the surface. I need time to make.
I would totally play that, but it's probably copyright, so that's gonna be a nope for me.
This isn't a figment of your imagination.
It was only for like a couple of seconds, so.
In this musical puzzle adventure game, you'll make your way through a rhythmic world set in the human mind. Unfortunately, nightmares are spreading chaos everywhere. It's up to you to put an end to their fearsome schemes. Play solo or locally with a friend as you wield your trusty sword in engaging combat. Manipulate environments to solve compelling puzzles and have symphonic showdowns against some musically menacing bosses.
That sounds like trouble. Or trouble.
Figment 2, Creed Valley begins its symphony on Nintendo Switch February 2022. A free demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Deep sea diving? Check. Investing? Check. Drawing? Check. Surviving on the moon? Check that too. A slew of board games from developer Oink Games are coming to Nintendo Switch.
Go on thrilling and risky treasure hunts in Deep Sea Adventure. Become the biggest investor in startups.
So I'm guessing it's going to be Nintendo Switch
Don't
Online.
Get caught in A Fake Artist Goes to New York. And recover supplies with your fellow astronauts to survive in Moon Adventure. The games are designed to be easy to understand. They also capture and recreate the feel of their original tabletop
Since this
versions.
game's probably going to be
You can play all
online.
the games, locally and online, so you can play with friends near and far. Get together and play on one system, or create a room with friends. More games will also be added in the future.
Start a game night with Let's Play Oink Games, launching as a timed console exclusive on Nintendo Switch later today.
Hi, I'm Javier, CEO and programmer at Herobit Studios.
Hi, I'm Iris. I'm working as an environment artist for our upcoming title, Endling Extinction is Forever.
We wanted to create a game that raises awareness about how the world may be in the near future if we don't change our consumption habits.
The environment is mainly presented during night, since we want to emphasize a fox's natural behavior and contrast a calm but deteriorating world and human threats during the day.
We hope that Endling may encourage everyone to reflect, but also that players around the world can enjoy its story, gameplay, and cuteness.
Aww. This actually looks kind of cute. Endling. Extinction is forever.
As the last mother fox in Endling, Extinction is Forever, you'll need to keep your 3 cubs alive and lead them to safety in a world ravaged by humanity.
In this game, blending stealth, survival, and adventure, you'll make your way through devastated environments to reach the one place on Earth where humans can't hurt you. Along the way, you'll hunt other animals to feed your cubs, as well as teach them new skills to make them less vulnerable to predators. I really hope they make it.
I do too. But in the end, how many of your cubs survive the perilous journey is up to you.
Endling, Extinction is Forever. Launches on Nintendo Switch, Spring 2022.
Here's more info about the skateboarding action platformer OlliOlli World from our friends at Roll7 and Private Division.
Far across the OlliOlli world is Radlandia, a nation forged by the skate gods. Join your crew and travel across our beautiful land. Wall ride among the trees, forge new paths through the desert, or cross moving platforms in picturesque Sketchside. You'll see some weird stuff along the way. But don't worry, that's just part of your journey to Nirvana. There you'll compete with champions, challenging each other's skills to win rewards, and create new routes to share with your friends. So come shred by the sea, chase a bee, meet a tree, get on down to Radlandia, and achieve Nirvana. Bonus items? Oh, nice. Get me some of those.
OlliOlli World rolls onto Nintendo Switch February 8th, 2022. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Hi, I'm Banner Rudis, director of River City Girls 2.
And I'm Colleen Fannin, producer of River City Girls 2.
I've been a River City fan since the days of the Nintendo Entertainment System, and in fact, this is the third River City game I've worked on. So I'm thrilled to bring you an all-new adventure starring Misako, Kyoko, Kunio, and Ricky.
We were blown away by the response to the first River City Girls. So, for the sequel, we're including everything players loved about the original, plus a whole lot more, including online co-op.
We're working really hard to get this game into your hands as soon as possible. In the meantime, please enjoy our debut trailer for River City Girls 2.
Ooh. Yeah. Don't want to get a strike, so that's going to be a mute. But we can still see the gameplay. So, what... New locations. Yeah, this one looks kind of cool. So that's like the River City Ransom games that were on the Nintendo Entertainment System and all.
More baddies to take down? Let's go!
Right there with ya. Way Forward is back with the sequel to the acclaimed beat-em-up River City Girls. There's trouble brewing once again in River City, with higher stakes, meaner streets, and even more over-the-top humor. Take control of one of 6 characters, including returning powerhouses Kyoko and Misako. Each character has their own fighting style and upgradable movesets, which you'll need as you set off on a new quest, picking up where the first game left off.
And when we say new, we mean it. New moves, enemies, areas, items, and a new soundtrack by the first game's composer, Megan McDuffie. Not to mention branching paths, as well as a return of a familiar foe. Get the fists flying solo, or team up with a friend, locally or online. What do you say, Paul? Ready to give some goons the old 1-2?
Oh, heck yeah!
River City Girls 2 punches its way onto Nintendo Switch, summer 2022.
Alright.
We've got several more indie games coming to Nintendo Switch. From painting the world to a management sim with dinosaurs. Enjoy!
If this was their last announcement, I think they would have said, before we go, let's take a look at some more indie titles coming to Nintendo Switch. I don't think this is the final thing they're gonna show. I think there's gonna be one more thing. Hey, this music kind of slaps. But they play over the indie reel.
today's Indie World. Or not. We've got one more game.
Please.
Check it out.
Please be Silk Song. Please. Wait. What is this? Amore? Nice ending. I'll give Amori. Okay.
The critically acclaimed RPG Omori is making its way onto Nintendo Switch.
This really looks like
back and
Earthbound.
forth between two strange and vibrant worlds, each one brimming with colorful friends and
It really
foes
does
to
look
uncover
like
a forgotten
Earthbound.
past. You'll experience an unconventional story and turn-based battle system, supplemented by warm illustrations by renowned artist Omocat, who also produced,
I'll give this game credit. They're looking
and coded much
very,
of the game.
very much like
Omori does lean
Earthbound.
into some heavy topics, so be prepared. It's quite the journey.
Omori launches on Nintendo Switch
Spring 2022.
2022.
And that's all for today's Indie World. We hope you enjoyed the lineup of games in today's show.
Nice!
As
That's
always,
it.
we'd like to thank everyone in the indie community working on games for Nintendo Switch. And thank you for watching.
Don't forget to follow our official Twitter account to stay up to date on all the latest news from Indie World. Until next time, happy gaming!
Alright, that's it. So, what did I think? There was a lot of good games. There was definitely some I definitely figure out. I definitely will pick up. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. There was a lot of good games on it. In this presentation. Not so many people were expecting, but certainly was pretty good compared to what some were expecting. Alright, so that's gonna be it for today's live stream of, but before we go, let's go raid someone real quick for it happens. So, who is alive? Okay, so she's still alive. Okay. I think we can do this guy. This girl, who is also doing the Indie World Direct. So, we are going to raid the Yellow Kazoo. She is doing the Indie World as well. So, let's go give her a raid. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like,